Welcome learners. Uh, till now we have studied the various aspects of data science, data analytics. So in data analytics, like we have dealt with the big data and how we are getting the information from those large amount of data. Now today we are going to learn about the web analytics. Now what is web analytics? See, it deals with the web pages. A web page consists of a large number of sections or divisions or fragments. Each of these fragments has a certain purpose. For example, a website may consist of an advertising section. On the left hand side of these, you are able to see that there are various advertisement sections are displayed. Multiple information sections will be there on the website, a navigation section, etc. Now, what is web analytics? A web analytics may be used to measure the traffic on the website, especially after an event. What kind of event? For example, for an e-commerce website, after a sale offer is announced, the people will start exploring that particular website where the sale offer has been announced. And another example is of a university. If a university has announced the admissions, then the number of students will get scrolling the university website. So a web analytics may be used to measure the traffic on the website. Then how the data is collected by the websites? The data collected by different websites in the form of the user location, and they are try to identification of the user. For example, the IP address of the user if permitted, the time spent by the user on the website, and the pages or the section accessed by the user during his or her stay at the website. So this is how the data is collected from the web analytics. The number of users who are accessing the website at the different times, the number of simultaneous users, information about the kind of browser, and possibly the machine used by a user to access the website. So if the user has clicked on any external link given on the website, this is the interest of the website, the business website persons, that what are the various external links given on the website that user has clicked. Is any advertisement on the website has been clicked by the user? Say you must have observed that a number of times when you are accessing the information on a particular website, the ads are being popped up at the right side of the web page, or at the bottom of the web page, or sometimes in the middle of the web page. For example, the advertisement of mobile phone has been shown to you sometimes if the user has searched for it on some website. So they have just accessed the information that what the user has searched on the various websites. So it has maintained the logs of the user. So from that logs, it has captured the information about the user, the identification of the user, and shows the advertisement. Now, what is the difference between web analytics and the data analytics? See, web analytics focuses on understanding the websites, whereas data analytics works with the data sets that can be extracted from websites, solutions, channels, platforms, or anywhere else. So data analytics basically deals with the data sets, and web analytics deals or focuses on the websites. So web analytics learn who your website attracts and where they come from, like who are the customers, who are the users who are accessing or exploring your websites, and where they belong. Understand how user interacts with your website. So this is the user pattern, they are user behavior, they are trying to identify why the user has come to your website. Identify the pages that drive the most traffic on your website. So this means that on your website, which are the most informative pages or the most attractive pages that users are interested in. See how many users your website converts. That means if your website is displaying some product or some services, and earlier that user was buying some another product, now after displaying on your website the user has started buying that particular product, that means you have converted that particular user from buying some another brand to your website displayed brand. Another use of web analytics is this: use session recordings to see your websites through users' eyes. That means when you are not able to identify the user behavior by their clicked on purposes or the web pages purposes, that you start recording the user sessions, that what user is doing. First it has clicked on first page, say the home page, then from the home page which another option that user has clicked on, then another. So you are going through the sessions of the user. Another use is to collect the feedback to improve the conversion data. You are collecting the feedback from the users. From that feedback you are trying to gather what user actually needs, what is his or her demands, and then you can convert the data to mold the user from one product services to another product services. So now question arises, why we need web analytics? So this web analytics is required to address some basic questions such as, is the website able to fulfill the objective with which it was created? Is the website informative for users? How informative it is? This would require analysis of the number of users visiting, the time spent by them on information pages, whether are users coming again to the websites, etc. Another basic question that why we require the web analytics is, how can cloud services used for hosting the website be optimized? This question may be performed by doing the traffic analysis and simultaneously user data. Now you have in the diagram it has clearly shown that web analytics is the increasing trend and analyze the traffic of the website, ascertain the source of traffic and bounce rate tracking. So web analytics may be very useful for enhancing the efficiency and effectiveness of a particular website. Now there are various web analytics tools available. So these analytics tools are nothing but the software designed to track, measure and report on website activity, including site traffic, visitor source, user clicks. So web analytics tools helps you understand what is happening on your website and get insights on what is working or what is not. So there are various web analytic tools, namely Google Analytics, Woopra, Kissmetrics, Matomo, Crazy Egg, SEMrush. These are some of the web analytic tools that are easily available. Another topic of the web analytics is we are using web for advertising purposes. Earlier we used to place the ads on newspapers, on magazines, in the form of the banners, but now the era of web, so we are placing the advertising on the web. So advertising is one of the major sources of revenue for many professionals, like televisions, newspaper. Now we used to see e-newspapers. People after the COVID, they are trying to read the e-newspaper rather than the hard copy of the newspaper. So the popularity of World Wide Web has also led to the placement of advertisement on web pages. The most popular places to put advertisement is the output of a search engine. That means As soon as the user is searching on some search engine, say for Google, they have searched for some query keyword related to that query, some advertisement starts displaying on that particular page. Now, where that actually will take place? So it can be in the form of the news feed on the home page, news feed on the mobile, logout experience options, then at the right side of the home page. So there are various places mentioned or fixed for the advertisement on the web pages. The issues is how these advertisement is displayed, the position of the advertisement, and how much they have been charged. So different ways of placing advertisement on the web. They can be in the form of the banner, in the form of the e-magazines. So placed on the websites as banner. So charge for the number of impression. How many number of impressions are placed on website? Web page visits consisting of that banner. How many number of web pages the user has visits, those are displaying that particular banner. Now to advertisement of magazines, how many copies of that particular magazines are on their circulation. So charges based on their circulation, how many magazines are being circulated. Defining the rate of advertisement in this way is very inefficient. That means it depends, you never know beforehand how many copies will get circulated, how many pages a particular customer will click on, where the banner has been displayed. So this particular rate of advertisement or the charge of advertisement in this way is very inefficient. So the another method to compute the web page advertisement, that means the performance of a web page advertisement, is defining as the ratio of the number of times an advertisement is clicked from a web page to the number of impressions of advertisement on that web page. That means a particular website is displaying an advertisement, say 10 times, and out of those 10 times user has just clicked for the 3 or 4 times. So that means the performance of that particular advertisement on that particular web page will be 4 upon 10. That means 0.4. So the performance of banner based advertisement was very poor. The targeted impression of advertisement based on demography started resulting in a slightly better click ratio, but not that good. So newer form of advertisement is being practiced on the website, which was first designed by an old company named Over2 in 2000 and later redesigned by Google in 2002. This is called performance-based advertisement. Now, what is this performance-based advertisement? This is also known as AdWords, which is defined as the advertisement were placed as a result of a search item or the search term or the query term. As long as the user is searching for some particular query on the Google, the advertisement related to that particular query keyword will be get displayed. So for that purpose, there are number of advertisers. Those are asked to bid for placing an advertisement on the result of search term or keywords. The advertisements are displayed. Now the question is which advertisement will be get displayed. So the advertisement are displayed when that search engine displays the result of the specific search term. The advertisers are charged if a display advertisement is clicked on. So these are the cost per click, quality score, now the term related to the keywords, ad rank, maximum bid and the landing page. So AdWord problem is which advertisement will be displayed as a result of a search query. So this is defined as, say, given a sequence or streams of queries which are arriving at a search engine regularly. The typical nature of queries is that only the present query is known and which query will come next cannot be predicted. Let us say the sequence of the query keywords or the query terms is Q1, Q2, Q3 and so on. Now on each type of query, several advertisers have put their bids. Let us say that M bids are placed on each type of query, say B1, B2 and say for mth query keyword is BM. From the mth advertiser is BM. B1 is the bid from the first bidder, B2 is the bid from the second bidder and say on from the mth bidder the bid is BM. The probability of clicking on an advertisement shown for a query say P1, P2. That means for a query Q1, the advertisement has been clicked from the bidder B1, the probability is P1 and so on. The budget stipulated by an advertiser which may be allocated for every day for n advertisers say B1, capital B1, capital B2, B3 and so on Bn. So that means for each day we have some sequence of query keywords, we have some advertisements respective to those query keywords and there are advertisers, those are bidding for that particular query keyword and each advertiser is having some budget for that particular day or for say for some month, and there are probability associated that what is the probability that a particular user or client will click on that particular advertisement. So the maximum number of advertisements that are to be displayed for a given search query say T, where T is less than M. Now what is the objective of the AdWord problem? Select the subset of the advertisements to be displayed on the arrival of a query which maximize the profit of search engine. So this is the AdWord problem, that what are the different advertisements that a search engine should display in respect of that particular query keyword so that the revenue of that particular day is maximized. So the output is the size of the selected subset of the advertisement should be equal to T. The advertiser of the selected advertisement has made a bid for that type of a query. In case the ith advertisement is selected, then the budget left should be more than the bid amount. That is BI, that is the total budget for that particular day should be greater than equal to BI, that is the bidding amount for that particular advertisement. Now what this AdWord algorithm does? The algorithm address the AdWord problem and is also known as the online algorithm. Now what is this online algorithm? Say if I talked about the offline algorithm, so offline algorithm process the complete data set. That means it has all the data set already available and from that particular available data set it tries to find out the maximum or optimal solution. Whereas in the online algorithm we don't know the future. The future queries are not known, that a person has first searched for the query Q1, the next query will be what? We cannot predict that particular query keyword. So online algorithm works on a partially available data set for making committed decisions at a given instance of time. On arrival of a query, a decision is to be made to show few advertisements. Decision then cannot change as advertisements are shown along with the display of the results. Once you have taken the decision, once the online algorithm has taken the decision that this particular advertisement will be get displayed, that decision cannot be changed because already that advertisement has been displayed. So search advertising is, search query is one, whereas displaying advertisement is the another thing. We can understand this concept by say help of a case study. Consider a manufacturer A of replica antique furniture has bid 10 cents on the search term Chesterfield. A more conventional manufacturer B has bid 20 cents on both the term Chesterfield and sofa. That means there are two manufacturers A and B. A has made a bid 10 cents on search term Chesterfield only, whereas B manufacturer has bid 20 cents for both the keywords Chesterfield and the sofa. Now both have monthly budgets of $100 and there are no other bidder on either of these terms. These are the only two bidders that are available. Now it is the beginning of the month and a search query Chesterfield has just arrived. Now how you will display the ad with the query? So the solution is obvious, that it is allowed to display the B's ad because they bid more. That means if Chesterfield has been selected from the B manufacturer, so B will give 20 cents. Irrespective, if A has been chosen, then it will give you only 10 cents. So now suppose there will be lots of search queries this month for sofa, but very few for Chesterfield. Then A will never spend its $100 budget, while B will spend its full budget even if we give the query to A. Specifically, if there will be at least 500 more queries for either sofa or Chesterfield, then there is no harm and potentially a benefit in giving the queries to A. It will still be possible for B to spend its entire budget while we are increasing the amount of A's budgets that will be spent. See, in this example, there are two manufacturers A and B. A is only giving 10 cents for a query keyword Chesterfield, whereas B is giving 20 cents for query keywords Chesterfield as well as on sofa. Now, if there are 500 more queries, and then we can put A's bidding only for the Chesterfield and B for the sofa field. So this argument makes sense both from the point of view of the search engine, which we want to maximize the total revenue, and from the point of view of both A and B, who presumably wants to get all the impression that their budget allow. Now the solution of online algorithm is greedy algorithm. How this algorithm works? The important consideration here are to show the advertisements from the bidder which has high bid value and high chances of getting clicked, as the payment will be made only if the advertisement is clicked. Now there are one condition or the constraint. Constraint is that the advertiser's budget has not been over for that particular day or for that particular month. For example, there is a tabular form shown in the image. There are 6 columns. The first column is showing the advertiser name. The second column showing the bid in rupees. Then third column, budget of bidder per day. Then fourth column, probability of clicking that advertisement, that is PI. And fifth column, probable revenue if that particular advertisement is clicked. And in the last column, rank of advertisements selection if total budget is greater than equal to the bid for that particular ith term. So for example, consider a query Q1 that has the following bids. There are XYZ 3 bidder. Each is having BI 80, 60 and 30 respectively, and budget of the bidder per day. For X, the budget is 160 rupees, for Y, it is 60, and for Z, it is 30 rupees. Probability that their advertisement will get clicked. For X, this probability is 0.01, for Y, this is 0.02, and for Z, this is 0.03. Now, how much revenue will get generated if the advertisement from the X is clicked on? This is 0.8. For Y, the revenue is 1.2. For Z, the revenue is 0.9. And if I start ranking this, so the first rank will goes to the Y, second to the Z, and last to the X, depending upon the revenue they will generate. Now, how this greedy algorithm works? The greedy algorithm will display the advertisement of advertiser Y as it is ranked 1. However, these impressions of the advertisement of Y will be displayed only till the time the advertisement is clicked. As once it is clicked, the budget of the advertiser will become 0 for that day, because that Y is showing the bid amount 60 rupees and the budget of that particular day is 60. So once it is clicked, the Y budget will be over. So it may be a useful way of increasing revenue, but it may not be able to provide the optimal possible revenue. In fact, it has been shown that in the worst case, a greedy algorithm would be able to produce half of the optimal revenue. How? Now consider this worst case example. In this example, consider there are two types of queries, Q1 and Q2, having the following bidders. Query Q1 has only one bidder X and query Q2 has two bidders X and Y. The same has been shown in the tabular form, where first column is showing the query type Q1 and Q2, advertiser for those queries X, and for Q2 X and Y. Bid in INR is same 80 from all the bidders. Budget is also same for all the bidders. Probability of clicking that advertisement is 0.01 in case of all query keywords and all bidders, and probable revenue generation is also same, that is 0.8. Now assume the following sequence of queries occurs: Q1, Q1, Q2 and Q2. So assume that the advertisement of X is selected randomly for the impression on the query Q2 and it also gets clicked. So 2 times Q2 has occurred. So X has been selected. Now for the query Q1, there is no bidder because X budget for that particular day is over. Q2 query has been displayed from the advertiser X, and once it is clicked, 80 rupees will cut down from the budget. Another Q2 has appeared from the advertiser X, so another 80 rupees has been deducted. So 160 rupees is over. So this is because the advertisement budget of X is over after second click and only X has bid for the query Q1. Now there is no ad has been displayed for query Q1 because no budget is left. So if the sequence is known before, then an optimal solution or optimal selection would have been made that Q2 query will be displayed from the advertisement Y and Q1 query advertisement is displayed from the advertiser X. So which would optimize the revenue. So in the worst case, greedy algorithm has earned half of the revenue earned by the optimal algorithm. So now what is the solution of such a problem of greedy algorithm? Is a balanced algorithm, which is a better algorithm was developed for Edward problem. So what is this algorithm? In this algorithm, in case of a tie, such as in the previous example, the advertisement of the advertiser with a higher budget is displayed. How this has been done? For example, for Q2 query, if X has been first selected as an advertiser for the advertisement, then once the Q2 query is displayed from the X, the budget of the X remain will be 80. So for next Q2 query, the budget of X and Y is matched. For X, it's remained 80 and for Y, it is still 160. So Y budget is high. So Q2 query will be displayed advertisement from the advertiser Y. So order will be X and Y. Next, the Q1 query keyword has occurred. So for that, advertisements has been bidded only from the advertiser X, and that is displayed. So the order will be X, Y and X. So in the balance algorithm earns about 3/4 of the optimal revenue. So here we conclude. In this, we have discussed the concept of web analytics, which is based on a collection of information about a website to determine if the objective of the websites are met. And we have discussed the interesting aspect of doing business through the web using the web advertising, and we are generating the revenue by displaying the ad. Now, how the ad selection has been done, for that we have discussed the AdWord problem, and in that we have discussed the algorithm first, the online algorithm, which is the greedy solution of the problem. Then we have discussed the problem with the greedy solution, that it has in the worst case it only met with the half of the optimal revenue. Then we have discussed about the solution, which is the balanced algorithm, and which in the worst case produces 3/4 of the revenue. Thank you.